What's up YouTube? Javi here at Javi's Boom Tech, and today we're going to check out the newly released Sony SRS HG1. So let's get started. Alright guys, so here we are with the Sony H.Ear Go, also known as the Sony SRS HG1, or as I like to call it, the H.Ear Go. But anyway guys, some quick features here. As you can see on top, it's Google Cast and Spotify compatible when you connect it to your network, which it will connect to your network since it is Wi-Fi enabled. You can connect those services. Quick look at the back here. We have the SongPal link. So the app SongPal will work with this, and it's actually how you connect it to your network and connect services like Spotify and Google Cast. The SongPal app is also used for things such as changing the equalizer, changing to certain modes, or if you want to do a custom sound, you can definitely use the SongPal app, as well as updating the speaker. So when updates come out, you will use the SongPal app to update the speaker. Other features that are on the speaker are the wireless multi-room, so you can basically create a Sonos-like system with this speaker with multiple ones, wireless sound of course, and then the ability to connect a second unit through Bluetooth connection to create a stereo sound. So when you're not on Wi-Fi, you can still connect to another speaker to create that nice stereo surround sound. And then we've got extra bass like we did on the XB33. And then another cool feature about this speaker is that it's also a USB DAC. So what that means is you can plug it into your computer via one of the USB ports, and the sound, it'll substitute your sound card and go through the actual speaker itself to give you a much higher quality sound when you're listening to music. And it'll also beef it up a little bit. So it's gonna play a little bit louder and just a little bit higher quality than what your dedicated sound card is capable of doing, which is a really cool feature. It's not one that you really find on a portable Bluetooth speaker. Honestly, it's the first time I've seen it, so really like that feature. And then we've got things like LDAC, Clear Audio Plus, for an enhanced audio experience. So without further ado guys, let's go ahead and get right into this. Open this right up, set it down for a second. Let's see what we got in here. Some quick instructions right here at the top. And here is the speaker itself. It's got some nice weight to it. It's not as big as I thought it would be, but set that off to the side real quick and see what else we got in the package here. Take that out. Let's see, we've got your charging brick and a micro USB for charging. And then we've got over here, let's see, looks like just a bunch of instruction booklets here. It's more than normal, but I'm assuming it's because it has so many more features than what you're used to finding on a portable Bluetooth speaker. Move that off to the side there, and let's check out the speaker here. There we go. Very nice looking. Looks a lot like the X33. Very sleek, well built, premium feeling materials. On the front here, we've got the Sony logo, nice metal grille. You got your two drivers right here, passive radio right there. I'm assuming we got another one in the back. Yep, another passive radio right there. The top, NFC pairing tag, high-res audio, and we've got speakerphone capabilities on here. There's that extra bass button, volume up and down, and your power. And then right here, we've got some writing here. So we've got a few different options. We've got the link mode, which when it links to another speaker. We've got the network, so when it's on your Wi-Fi network and connected, your Bluetooth for Bluetooth streaming, your USB for when you're connecting it to your computer in order to use it as a DAC, and then audio in for a hardwired connection. And then right back here, as you can see, we've got that function button here to go ahead and switch between all those different modes. So definitely a lot more going on than your typical portable Bluetooth speaker here. We've got your setup, your pair button, and update WPS. So if you got a Wi-Fi connection or your Wi-Fi network, if you push that button, it should make it easier to connect to the network. And over here, we've got your DC in 5 volt micro USB, and then another micro USB port here for I'm assuming updating purposes, and then your auxiliary in right there. On the bottom, we've got this little button here that you push up like so, and it actually releases the speaker grill there, so you actually can remove the grill, which is a really cool feature to reveal the drivers underneath. So that is a cool feature if you want to go ahead and see the drivers actually moving when you're playing music. So very nice touch there, really like that. Not something you find commonly on these Bluetooth speakers. So that about does it. Lots of features, lots of things going on in the speaker. Sound wise, I'm hoping that it's going to sound at least as good as one of my other favorite Sony speakers, the Sony X33. This is honestly still one of my favorite small portable Bluetooth speakers. The sound on this thing is just incredible. The soundstage is nice and bright and just very vibrant, and produces a decent amount of bass for such a small device. Look-wise, they look very similar. The HG1 is probably a little bit longer. Width-wise, they're about the same. Weight-wise, a little bit more on the HG1. So I'm hoping that sound-wise, the HG1 is an actual improvement over the X33, even though the X33 is still one of my favorite ones. What I'm looking for with the HG1 is that it's able to take the sound quality that the X33 is able to produce in the about 40 to 70% range and carry that over to the upper volume range. X33 did struggle a little bit in the upper volume, so if we can get a little bit more power out of this with the same quality that this is putting out, I'd be very, very happy. So anyway guys, without any further ado, let's go ahead and do a sound comparison between the Sony X33 and the new Sony SRS HG1.
They say you're only young ones, but we live for it, we die for it, we live for forever. They say you're only young ones, but we live for it, we live for it, we live for forever. I'll meet you at the hideout, where we can dream again. I'll tell you all my secrets, wearing courage like a second skin. The kids are all dying, we're dying to believe again. Run through the open streets, we take what is needed. They say you're only young ones, but we live for it, we die for it, we live for forever. They say you're only but we live for it, we live for it, we live for forever. We can dream all night till the sun rises. They say you're only young ones, but we live for it, we die for it, we live for forever. We're skating on the clouds of light. The kids are all dying, we're dying to believe again. Run through the old streets, take what is needed. Open up the skies, see the heavens clearer. I could change your mind.
All right, guys, so there you go. There is the speaker test. Honestly, I've never had so many technical issues with the speaker tests since I started this channel. If it wasn't the X33 giving me some kind of volume issue where it would start out high and then all of a sudden cut down to nearly half of its volume for no reason, it was fully charged, so I wasn't sure what was going on with it. And then the HG1 kept on disconnecting. It would just turn off, completely shut off. Battery was fully charged, so I'm not really sure what was going on with both speakers. I know I tested the phone with other speakers and it was perfectly fine. So I'm not sure if there's some kind of software issue going on with the speakers and they need to be updated, but I will definitely check that out. That being said, from what I did get from the sound test, I got to give it to the Sony X33. Definitely sounding a lot better to me than the HG1. HG1 kind of sounded a little bit disappointing. Without the extra bass, it's kind of missing that low end. It kind of reminds me of the UE Boom. It's got some decent mids and decent highs, but really no low end. Where on the X33, you really get some impressive low end for a speaker its size. Not only that, but you get some really nice highs and mids that creates a really, really nice open sound stage that you're just not getting on the HG1, which is really disappointing since I figured that at least it would sound as good as the X33, but definitely not the case here, at least for what I'm hearing. As you do go up in volume, the X33 before it decided to start messing up with the volume, it did get pretty close to the HG1 at max. However, the HG1 did outperform it loudness wise. That being said, the X33 still had a better sound, better overall sound stage. I don't know what's going on with the HG1. I don't know if there's software issues or what, but it just did not sound as good as I was hoping. I did try it out on my Wi-Fi network to see if that helped things out. And honestly, the difference was barely noticeable. Yeah, it was a little bit louder, a little bit cleaner, but nowhere near as good sounding as the X33 on Bluetooth. So honestly, at this point, unless you really need those additional features like Wi-Fi, the ability to connect to Google Chrome or Google Connect and Spotify, and the ability to use it as a DAC, if you're going on sound quality alone, I definitely would choose the Sony X33 over the HG1. The HG1 just not even in the same league, in my opinion, as the Sony X33. And the Sony X33, you can pick it up for under $100, whereas the HG1, you're paying $200 for that, and it's not matching the sound quality that you're getting out of the Sony X33. Gotta say, I was a little bit disappointed. I was hoping for a lot more from the HG1, especially from the minimum reviews that are out there. They were pretty positive, so I don't know, maybe I'm hearing something different than them. Maybe there's some software issues or I got a bad unit, but as of right now, Sony X33 all the way. But anyway, guys, that's gonna do it for me tonight. Just so you know, I did get the chance to order the JBL Charge 3. Should be here in the next 5 to 7 days, so look for that review to come. I'm really excited to check that speaker out. But anyway, guys, that's gonna do it. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your week, and I will see you next time. Thanks. Bye.